Welcome to DataWise Discovery channel. Today we are going to see from where we have left off this previously. Okay, so we have already created the form and all the things we have done. Okay, so let me go to the project and let me do python manage.py run server. Okay, so up to now we have created the form. Okay, so let me bring over here. So we have created this much. Okay, so when I click submit, this data which is entered by the user will be sent to the database. Okay, so up to now we have seen this much. So I have left in the previous mm, there was a remaining portion of class meta. Okay, so we will see the class meta for the first time in this video series of Django. Okay, so I want to explain you a little bit about a meta class and then we'll move forward. Okay, so meta class is the inner class. Okay, so if you place the class inside the class, then it is called as inner class, and meta is nothing but meta is inner class which is used to change the behavior of your model fields. Okay, so we'll see this model fields, we'll see model API, but model fields is nothing but whatever you have created in models.py. So this is related to database, and if you want to change the behavior of any of these attributes, okay, so you'll use the class meta in forms.py. Okay, so what I want to do is let's say class meta. Okay, so you'll write like this and you'll just say database table, and you want to show it as student information. Okay, first of all let me show you what is there initially. Okay, so let me just do pass right now. Let me go to the admin side and show you first and then come back at this. Okay, so let me go to the Django administration. Where is the Django administration? So over here, let me go to slash admin, and over here I guess I have already created the super user, so I'm just providing the password. I guess I have not created the super user. Then let me create that super user first. Okay, so in order to create the super user, you need to do python manage.py create super user. Okay, so let me increase the gain of the mic a little bit. Okay, so create super user. After that I'll provide my username. Email is going to be gmail.com. Password is going to be Mohan. This is going to be Mohan. Yes, now again I'll do what I'll do is python manage.py run server. Okay, after that I'll go to this link where put my username and then password over here. Okay, so after that you do not see your table over here. Okay, so I need to go to admin.py. What is the name of the database? That was student. Okay, so you need to go to admin.py. Over here what you need to do is admin dot site dot register, and you need to provide your model name. Model name is student. Okay, so after doing this you should be able to see So this student come from the models, so from that models import student. Okay, so after this, if you refresh this one, so you'll see the student name. Okay, so now if I want to change that student name to something else, we can do by using the class meta. Okay, so if I go to the forms.py and just provide here database table as student information. Okay, so if I do this much, and if I go back and if I do refresh, sorry, I am creating this file in forms.py. This should be in models.py. Okay, so go to models.py and just paste it over there. Just paste it in the models.py. Wait, showing error. I need to do indentation. Okay, so if I now refresh it, Control C R, I think I need to do the make migrations also. Okay, so let me do that first and then try to show you. Python manage.py, run make migrations. First one is make migrations. Okay, so it is saying rename table for student to student information. Okay, so Python manage.py, if I do migrate, then it is saying okay. And if I go to, why it is not going, okay, over here if I now do refresh, okay, again I didn't do the run server. I need to run the server. After that I will go back, and if I refresh the server, why it is not showing that thing, I don't know. So student 1, student 2, it should show me student information. Okay, so why it is not showing me student information equal to student information? If I do again to refresh, if I go to the home, if I do refresh, it is not showing. I don't know what the problem is. Let me write this again. Okay, so let me make the class as meta, db table as, let's say, student information. Okay, so after this, let me again do migrations, migrate, and if I again go back to that program, let me do refresh. Again, I'm not doing a run server. I don't know why I'm not doing a run server. I'll do the run server, and if I reload this again, wait a second, the error return. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, let me check it first. So I guess I said you something wrong over here. Okay, so we have provided the name as student information. Okay, so this student information will be changed over here. Okay, so go over here, and over here you'll see now student information, which was previously only the student. Okay, so after that what you need to do is, let me go to my code again to models.py, and over here, so there are a couple of things. So in class meta we have provided this database table name, and managed is equal to true. Okay, so this will help you to manage your database cycle. Okay, database table life cycle, this will give you that. And if you want to give the name as Barbo's name as student itself, okay, so and if there are multiple, so what we have done over here is, let me go over students. Okay, so over here there is student. Okay, so it will show you only student object. Okay, so you need to first do migrate and see the changes. Okay, so first of all let me write on the line of code also. Let's say Barbo's name, and if there is a plural, in case of plural we will say all students. Okay, so we want to do the ordering, so let me first of all do migrate and show you the changes. Then I'll do Control C, Python manage.py. Let me go to make migrations, and then what I'll do is just do the migrate thing. Okay, so migrate, and after this I'm going to run the server. Okay, after running the server, let me go to my this thing, and now if I do now refresh, okay, so it is showing me all the students. Okay, so this all the students is coming from, let me show you, all student is coming from this Barbo's name plural. Okay, and if I go inside this all student, so this student object 3 it is coming. Okay, so let me, okay, after this what we should do is write a little bit of things over here. So we want to do ordering. Okay, so the ordering will do by name. Okay, so ordering by name, and let me again run the server, again do the make migrations, and again do the migrate, and again run the server. After that I'm going back to this, and if I do refresh over here, I'm going over here, so the David Milan is coming at first. Okay, so and Kamala is coming at last. Okay, so it is according to the name also. Okay, so after that what I'm doing to do is unique together. Okay, so I want to make this as unique together, and this together is going to take the name and is. Okay, so this is going to take these two things. Again for this I need to do the make migrations and migrate. Okay, so Control C, make migrations, and then migrate, and then run server. Okay, okay, after this we have seen the class meta. Okay, so class meta is nothing but if you want to change any behavior of the class, okay, so you will use the class meta. Okay, okay, so now here what you need to look is that, so in order to repeat ourselves and in order to prevent from repeating ourselves, we use form.py, okay, forms model. And if we make once this form, we can import it in many other models also, okay. So you can do all the operations you can do on the class, okay. So you can inherit from this class, you can make you can do multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, all things you can carry out using this class, okay. So after that, we have successfully completed our form API, okay. So now we are going to work on model API, okay. So in order to work into model API, what we need to do is, let's say there is password, gender, name, model API, forms API, contact form. So now for this, what we are going to do is we are going to create another app, okay. So in this one video, we are also going to create the multiple apps, okay. After that, what I'm going to do is, let's say lsc, let's say python manage.py start app model API, okay. So after this, we have the model API, okay. I need to go back to the settings and I need to register that app. For that, I'm doing model API, okay. So after this, all things are good, then I'll do python manage.py make migrations, python manage.py make migrations, python manage.py. So it has not detected any changes, so you need not do that thing, make migration and migrate, okay. So go to the views.py, okay, and let me make one new view, okay. So let's say define home. First thing it will take is a request, we'll do return render. First thing render will take is a request and the template file name, so let me tell it as home.html only, okay. So after that, I'm going to go into the model API, into folder. I'm going to create the templates, and inside this template I'm going to create home.html, okay. So after this, I'm just going to do right this, and I'm going to copy the bootstrap code, okay. So let me copy it from my previous app, okay. So it will be templates home.html. Let me copy this, Control C. Let me close this one also. Let me Control A, Control B. Okay, after this, let me keep all the things as it is, as I am not passing this form. So let me cancel this one, okay. So if message is message, okay, I think this one is good. After this, we want to make the URLs, okay. So for that, go to models.py, create a new folder, urls.py, okay. From Django.urls import path, and the URL patterns is going to be path and nothing inside. And the second thing it is going to take is a home name is equal to home1. Okay, so there are two urls that consist home, so I am making it as home1. Okay, so for this what I'm going to do is from dot views import home. Okay, so after doing all these things I guess we are good, but in the project level urls we are going to make some changes. So in here we are going to give it as model API slash include name of the app is model API dot urls. Okay, after doing all these things let me try to run the server to see whether this runs successfully or not. So for this let me go over here, let me copy this code, let me just paste it. Let me go to the previous home page, it is working, and let me go to the model API. Okay, so after going this also it is also working. Okay, so all the things are working currently, so no problem over here. So after that what I'm going to do is do the previous thing. Okay, so I'm going to do the previous thing again so that it will be clear to you. Okay, so let me go to the models.py in our new app. Okay, so I'm going to let me close this one app. Over here what we have previously made is a class student, and we inherit from models.model, and the name is going to be models and dot character field max length is going to be 100, and age is going to be models dot integer field password is going to be models dot character field, and max length is 50. Let's say we have seen this all these things previously also. Okay, so the gender, we have made the gender by using the Jewish field. So over here in the model the gender was not Swiss field, gender was only the character field. Okay, so models dot char field, and the max length is going to be, let's say, 50, and the next thing is, let's say, province, but I'll write provision. Okay, so models dot character field max length is going to be 200. Okay, so after doing all these things we know what to do now. Next we'll do that two magical step, that is python manage dot py. I'll do make migrations. Okay, there is an error. So max length len zth th and then th. Now let me run that code again. Let me go over here. Let me just do migrate. Okay, so let me just do migrate, and let me just run the server. I don't need to run the server, because I have not done anything over there. So in the forms dot, let me make again the forms.py in my model API. Okay, so in order to create where is my model API? Here it is. Let me close this, go inside this model API, create form or forms.py. Okay, I'll just give the name as frm.py. So over here from Django.tv, not this one, from Django we need to import what is known as forms. Okay, and from dot models we are going to import the contact. Okay, so I guess the name is changed over here, so it is making that class as contact. Okay, let me check that first. Okay, so let me go to the model API, let me close this one, let me go to this one. Okay, that's good. In forms.py there is a little bit of work. So from Django.models we are importing contact. Okay, so in the models.py the name of that model is not a student but contact. Okay, we have changed the name of that class, and in form.py we are going to write all the code which we have previously also written also. Okay, so for that what I will do first is just make a class contact form, and this is going to inherit from forms dot model form. Okay, after that this is going to be class, I'm going to use the meta. Okay, so the model it is going to take is contact. Okay, and the fields that you want to show in your display is all. Okay, so you want to show all that, and the labels is going to be for name we want to say uh, full name, and for age we want to say enter age. Okay, so after this we want to give the widget, we want to say give the attributes to this level. So for this we are going to use the name, uh, it is going to forms dot text input, and the first thing it will take is attrs attributes, and this is going to be class, and the second thing is going to be the form control, and the second is going to be the gender, and third is going to be radio select species is equal to gender field. Okay, up to now this is okay, but we need to make that gender field over there. Okay, so species is equal to gender field, provision is nothing but forms dot check box select multiple. Okay, choices is equal to let's say we'll make one provision field also. Okay, so after this what I'm going to make is that gender field, and gender field is going to be tuple inside the tuple. So first one is going to the mail, that is going to the database, and this is mail, and the second one is going to be female, and the second one is also going to be the female. And for that provision field one, what I'm going to do is create the provision field. Okay, so over here there is a double this thing, so let me remove this one. So now let me create the provision field. Okay, provision fields inside this I will create a dictionary. Inside the dictionary there is another dictionary, let's say Kentucky. Let me remove that Z. Okay, I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to provide this as a bug, Mati as Mati. Why it is not recommending, I don't know. So let me do only these two only. Okay, so I'm not doing all these typings. Okay, why it is not showing this provisional field? Okay, so let me write AL also. Okay, again it is provisional. Let me copy this one, let me just paste it over there. Okay, so after this what I'm going to do is in the views.py, in the views.py I will now change this to contact request. Okay, so I'm changing this one, and then so I should import. Okay, so from dot from form only import, let's say dot form import contact form also. Okay, so this I'm changing the name of this function to contact. Okay, so I need to change it in URL also, so please make that change also. Okay, so form is equal to, it is going to be contact form. Okay, so I am creating one form. Okay, so after that what I need to do is if request dot so what we have done here is we have just provided the request method to post also. Okay, so if everything that has been provided by the user in the front end will come inside this form, and we will check whether this form is valid or not. And if the form is valid, then we are saying form.save. Okay, yeah, we're redirecting it to the contact also. Okay, so if I run this code now, let me run this code. Okay, so let me first of all go to python manage.py run server. Let me go back over here. Let me provide it as admin itself. Let me provide it this thing, this, this. Let me hit the submit. Okay, so the method is post no such table model API contact. So we need to do first make migrations and migrate. So python manage.py make migrations, and I'll do yes. Python manage.py, I'll do migrate, and then python manage.py run server. After doing all this thing, I'll go back and I'll just do continue, and I'll hit submit. So I guess the information is successfully registered in my database. Let me see that. Student information model API contact, so it is coming as to information over here. Okay, so over here what we have done is that we have created the forms.py. okay, so let me show you from the first what we have done till now in model API. okay, so in model API, okay, where is model API? In model API, first of all we have created this forms.py, which we have seen previously also. okay, so this is the contact form also. okay, so this contact form, the model is going to be the contact. okay, so all the data that was sent from this will be sent inside this models. okay, so bring all the components from this model, it is saying. So all these fields will be brought over here by the this contact form, and all the fields will be shown to the user. okay, so the label I have given like this, and the widgets, it's clear I think. And in the models we have done this thing, and urls is, you know what to do in the urls. And in views.py what we have done is we have just set the contact form, and if the request is post, then form.is valid. okay, so the form.save is automatically saving that data into my database. okay, so this is automatically saving my data into the database. So that is, I have already provided in my form API using this to to put all the data in my contact also. okay, so contact I have already provided, so it will go inside my that database also. okay, so I guess all these things are clear now. okay, so if you do have any confusions, then please uh, don't hesitate to write in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel.